Welcome back to another video in our series. Before we start, hit like and subscribe. It's easier than finding an open shop on a Sunday in Germany, and that's saying something. Your support means a lot. Now, let's get started.
Question number 61. A school bus is stopping on the roadway approximately 80 meters in front of you. Can this be dangerous? No, because school crossing patrols regulate traffic at every school bus stop. False. Not every school bus stop has crossing patrols. The presence of a stopping school bus indicates potential danger from children who might run across the road. Yes, because children frequently run across the road to catch the bus. True. Children might quickly cross the road to catch the bus, often without checking for traffic, posing a danger. Yes, because children do not always take the shortest route to cross the roadway. True. Children may cross the road unpredictably, not necessarily choosing the shortest or safest path. Question number 62. Who is allowed to drive a motor vehicle on this road? Persons delivering goods. True. Delivery traffic is often exempt from pedestrian-only restrictions, as indicated by the additional sign. Shoppers. False. Shoppers are generally not allowed to drive motor vehicles on pedestrian-only roads. Visitors. False. Visitors are not usually permitted to drive motor vehicles on roads designated for pedestrian use. Question number 63. Which vehicles are allowed to use the special lane marked like this? Regular buses. True. The sign specifies that regular buses are allowed to use the special bus lane. Trucks. False. Trucks are not permitted in lanes designated for regular buses. Cars. False. Cars are generally not allowed in bus lanes unless specified otherwise. Question number 64. Who is allowed to enter a street sign posted like this? Through traffic. False. The sign prohibits through traffic, restricting access to non-residents. Residents. True. Residents are allowed access to the road, as indicated by the additional sign. People visiting residents. True. Visitors to residents are also allowed, as they are considered part of resident traffic. Question number 65. Which vehicles are not allowed to use a road sign posted like this? Cars. True. The prohibition for motor vehicles includes cars. Trucks. True. Trucks, being motor vehicles, are not allowed on the road as per the sign. Question number 66. Which vehicles are not allowed to use a road sign posted like this? Bicycles. True. The sign explicitly prohibits bicycles from using the roadway, indicating a mandatory rule against cycling on this road. Motorcycles. False. Motorcycles are not included in the prohibition indicated by this sign. Cars. False. Cars are also not restricted by this sign, which specifically targets bicycles. Question number 67. Which vehicles are not allowed to use a road sign posted like this? Motorcycles. True. The sign mandates that motorcycles with sidecars and mopeds are prohibited on this road. Cars. False. Cars are not included in this specific prohibition. Trucks. False. Trucks are also not restricted by this sign, which is focused on motorcycles with sidecars and mopeds. Question number 68. What do these traffic signs indicate? A one-way street 100 meters long. False. The signs do not indicate a one-way street, but a prohibition of entry 100 meters ahead. A customs post 100 meters ahead. False. This interpretation is incorrect. The signs denote a no-entry zone. No entry 100 meters ahead. True. The signs signify a prohibition of entry 100 meters ahead, restricting access to the lane. Question number 69. What does this traffic sign indicate? A permitted maximum speed of 30 km/h. True. The sign sets a maximum speed limit of 30 km/h within this zone, emphasizing the need for reduced speed. An obligatory minimum speed of 30 km/h. False. The sign does not establish a minimum speed but specifies a maximum limit. A recommended speed of 30 km/h. False. The sign mandates a maximum speed, not just a recommendation. Question number 70. A traffic-calmed commercial zone starts here. What must you do? You must pay attention to the allowed maximum parking time. True. In a traffic-calmed business area, parking time is typically limited to 2 hours, indicated by a parking disc. You must observe a minimum speed of 20 km/h. False. The traffic-calmed zone does not stipulate a minimum speed, but rather suggests cautious driving due to busy pedestrian traffic. You must specifically watch out for busy pedestrian traffic. True. Heavy pedestrian traffic is common in such areas, necessitating heightened attention and careful driving. Question number 71. What does this traffic sign indicate? A permitted maximum speed of 30 km/h. True. The sign sets a maximum speed limit of 30 km/h. It's essential to adhere to this limit for road safety and legal compliance. Question number 72. Are you allowed to drive at a speed faster than 60 km/h here? Yes, if the roadway is dry. True. The additional symbol indicates that the speed limit applies when the road surface is wet. If dry, speeds above 60 km/h are permissible. Question number 73. Which vehicles are you allowed to overtake where you see this traffic sign? Motorcycle with sidecar. False. The sign prohibits overtaking motorcycles with sidecars. Car. False. Overtaking cars is not permitted under this sign. Motorcycle without sidecar. True. Motorcycles without sidecars are not considered multi-track and can be overtaken. Question number 74. What do these traffic signs indicate? No overtaking for 3 km. True. The sign indicates a no overtaking zone that extends for 3 km. Start of a no overtaking area 3 km ahead. False. The prohibition against overtaking starts immediately, not 3 km ahead. Roadway with 2 lanes in one direction for 3 km. False. The signs pertain to overtaking restrictions, not lane configuration. Question number 75. What do these traffic signs indicate? End of a no overtaking area 200 m ahead. False. The sign indicates the start of a no overtaking area, not its end. Start of a no overtaking area 200 m ahead. True. The additional sign specifies that the no overtaking zone begins 200 meters from the sign. No overtaking for 200 men. False. The restriction is not limited to 200 meters. It starts 200 meters ahead. Question number 76. What does this traffic sign indicate? Start of speed restriction. False. The sign does not indicate the beginning of a speed restriction, but rather its end. End of speed restriction. True. This sign signifies the end of a speed limit of 60 km per hour, allowing drivers to adjust their speed according to the road conditions beyond this point. A prohibition to drive faster than 60 km per hour. False. The sign is not setting a speed limit, but rather indicating the end of an existing restriction. Question number 77. Which prohibitions cease to apply when you see this sign? Speed restrictions. True. The sign indicates the end of all distance-related speed restrictions, allowing drivers to adjust to the usual speed limits of the road. No parking. False. This sign specifically relates to speed and overtaking restrictions, not parking. No overtaking. True. It also signals the end of prohibitions on overtaking, allowing for normal overtaking maneuvers where safe and legal. Question number 78. What do these traffic signs indicate? On the hard shoulder only. False. The prohibition is not limited to the hard shoulder, but extends to the roadway. For trucks only. False. The sign applies to all vehicles, not just trucks. On the roadway and the hard shoulder. True. Stopping is prohibited on both the road and the hard shoulder, as indicated by the sign. Question number 79. What is allowed in the zone which starts here? Parking, provided a parking disc is used. False. Parking is not allowed in this zone, even with a parking disc. Stopping for up to 3 minutes. True. Stopping is permitted for a brief duration, up to 3 minutes except for specific activities. Stopping for loading or unloading as well as boarding or alighting. True. Stopping is allowed for loading, unloading, boarding, or alighting, highlighting the need for brief stops for practical purposes. Question number 80. What ends here? All previous zonal prohibitions. False. The sign specifically indicates the end of a no waiting area, not all zonal prohibitions. A no waiting area. True. The traffic sign marks the end of a limited no waiting area, allowing drivers to understand they can now park or wait beyond this point. A no stopping area. False. The sign refers to a no waiting area, not a no stopping area.